Sorry about that. Should have dealt with that before. My apologies. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. So, Brother Suspexis, Brother Howie, how we doing? So, this is Thaumaturge. Welcome. Let's have a look. Have a look at the quick options. Quick, we got everything's okay. If the game is a little bit dark, do let me know, and if I need to adjust the sound, also let me know, of course. Graphics quality high, epic, absolutely epic. Okay. So, we're going to go new game. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Well, I don't know. I quit sending that British weather over here. We're getting our rain. Yeah, man, we've had a lot of rain today. Sorry, yesterday. Okay, enjoy the story, folks. The steel rails are a portal to other worlds. Thaumatur is a word derived from the Greek, means miracles. A thaumaturge or a temperamentor is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. They recognize flaws or stigmas imprinted on human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? It is impossible to fully name the essence of a thaumaturge without being born one. Okay. So yeah, I've been quite looking forward to this game. It looks quite cool. We'll see how the video does if I do more. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, so we'll see. We'll see. Done by 11-bit Studios. I have a lot of love for 11-bit Studios.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more. I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you.
He does look a bit knackered, doesn't he?
I hope your condition hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested.
Suffexus is always lurking in the background somewhere, mate.
And with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know, you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle. But such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take advantage of those in grave condition who are desperate or seeking help. I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you. Just because we can't see it now, does not mean it doesn't exist. Send word as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe, with as much love as I have. Ligia.
Ligia, interesting name. So this game, for those of you that don't know, is set in 1905 Warsaw. And they've tried to make the setting as historically accurate as possible without being too offensive to anyone, essentially. There's a way they put it.
Spare a moment for me. I'd like to send a telegram. Of course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Probably about as good as you look.
Yes, thank you.
You're not looking your best.
Thank you.
What's your message?
Play a trick on him.
Take this down, please. Arrived. Very beautiful views. People honest at first glance. Sincerely, your barely living cripple.
I didn't mean to cause offense.
Well, then strike that, please. Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope he will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
And payment?
On receipt.
Anything to add at the end?
Send greetings to the sister.
Please add, my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
My name is Wiktor Szulski. S-Z-U-L-S-K-I. And Victor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw. Russia.
And this is supposedly Georgia. Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere, on every map.
Maps change. I know. Let's get on with it.
Pardon?
Did you say something?
I was talking to myself. Which way to the village?
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Thank you.
Loony.
Okay, so find the miracle worker in the village. You've received a quest. I'm almost there. We shall see if the spiritual doctor I am following is able to help me. Transcorsacacia. An owl flies through the woods perched on a bough and watches intently. The wind is whistling, shutting open doors, rushing inside homes through window slits. Far from home, blah blah blah. Okay. A lost letter. So it feels like ages have passed since your last letter. Maybe it's just the winter that makes everything good and warm seem distant. As you can guess, the life of an exile does not spoil me. Years ago, I was uprooted from my homeland and sent to a foreign land, among foreign people to fight under the Russian banner, as many were. And how am I today? I live among people who hate me. I'm losing my health and my mind and cultivating land that I fertilize with the blood and flesh of its own sons. I can't leave here. I can't stop reminiscing. Death seems to be my only means of escape. Please pray for me. P.S. I don't think this letter will make it through censorship, but if it does, please tell Anelka that the thought of her brought me solace until the very end. So I guess that's a little quest that we have to do. Yeah. So you do. Okay. So here's the. Let's have a look at the journal and then the entries. Salutors. Someone's burden can be a thaumaturge's treasure. A flaw is a lasting hidden beauty that is imprinted on a human soul by something traumatic or routine. Many people have them. I am not an exception. My inborn flaw is pride, a flaw of the heart of dimension that I gifted up to the Upia a long time ago. Up here, whatever. This is how all salutors function. Those still untethered follow a flaw hidden in someone nearby. By confronting that person using the right arguments, I could bring out the flaw and then take it over, making a pact with the wild salutor. Unite with it. In theory, all my previous attempts had failed. Okay. I like to write and sketch in it, and my up here lives in it. If you are reading this, I'm sorry. Teenage boys should not keep a journal. I got my grimoire from my father. It is a thaumaturge's tool, a way to make pacts with salutors. For me, it's also a journal and sometimes a sketch pad. That first page was your side buddy, Ghost. Yeah, I guess. So we've got a pistol. This is the inventory. Right, do we have any points? No, we don't. Heart, mind, deed, and word. Okay, I guess we figure this out later. We got quick attacks. So floor. Maybe people has floors. Okay, so we read this earlier. So acquired floors. We can acquire them. Ah, here he is. Upia. Eerie intoxication. Bloody penance. Reduces focus removal. Negative states from me. Perfect. Inflicts damage. Restores your health points. Which is half of what you've lost. He looks cool. Belongings and map. Okay. Perception. As a thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden. You can anticipate the enemy's actions. You can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, and words, and you can reach your goal easier. How? Right mouse button. Perfect. I'm not going to read all the things that I find. I'm going to give it a quick skim over. Feel free to pause it if you want to. Okay. Him. Oh yeah, he's the dude.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else?
Ah,
There's
really?
nowhere to go here, sir. The station, the village, and the cemetery. That's all. A horse can't go any higher.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
I'd be grateful.
Always nice to have someone to shoot the breeze with.
Yeah, I'm quite happy. Fog isn't the only thing obscuring the sunlight. Okay. Prologue. Hoping for the better. Yeah, that's really interesting, Howie, actually.
Nothing to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
I wanted to get into a fight. That's what I want. I'm assuming... okay, so I can come out, but I can't go far. Okay. I just wanted to see what the limitations were. So apparently this is a, maybe a 20-hour game, so it's not incredibly long, but on... Oh, what's that? What is this? Oh, okay, nothing, because I thought that... Yeah, here. Ooh. Made of string, sticks and feathers. It's supposed to protect residents from the influence of evil powers. Protective charm. Okay, that's really cool. I'm glad I noticed that. I'm thinking, what the hell is that red stuff around? Good, okay. Who the hell are you?
Gentlemen, is this the tavern here?
Hey, Putnik. You coming from far?
Indeed, I'm tired.
You
Nice
look
boots.
dead.
Are they warm?
Actually, I have particularly warm boots. Thanks.
And sooner or later, these might kick their arses.
Don't tempt me, Luca. Don't tempt me. Give me a sec. Got to sort out formalities with this tourist.
It's your snummy. We're the Tsar's soldiers.
Couldn't give a toss.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
Well, I wanted to fight. No, the ghost isn't trying to guide me. He's more wanting me to get where I want and being impatient about it. When your enemies lose all their health points, you win the fight. Health points, so these are the health. Yeah, let's get rid of him first. Ow, he brought a knife. Perception allows you to anticipate the enemy's actions. To find out what they are planning, unfold the actions queue. Each skill has its own speed. Slower skills are more powerful but require preparation, bringing the risk of the enemy attacks first, which we've just seen. Okay. So that's what he's going to do. And we're going to do that quicker. Right in his chops.
Serves the Ruskies right. They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
Hey, who are you calling a cripple? The hated shackles with one throat on a mighty arm, hardened by work and struggle with misery, they would get rid of the despised Tsar. Yeah, maybe. Do we not get to pick anything up? No? Okay.
Good boy.
Can we go up the ladder? No? Shame. I'm surprised it didn't let us fight with the ghosty then, to be honest. Correspondence for the newly appointed Governor General has arrived in town. Highest officials are present. The Governor General's address to the townspeople expected. Yeah, whatever. Rasputin. You do meet some historical figures in this game, apparently.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time,
And you expected a stinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
Yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe
Believe in his miraculous power.
In miracles. In my condition now, I can only hope for a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
Warsaw. Explain how you tracked him down. Yeah, okay.
I first learned of you in Paris. A charismatic miracle worker from Russia. I even heard about you from my doctors. By the time I got to Petersburg, you were already gone. I've crossed almost 3 continents, through Siberia, India, and half of Europe. But if you're asking me about my origins, I'm from Poland.
From which Poland? The Russian one, the German one, or the part that belongs to Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Wiktor Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who've lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan. After them, others arrived, with pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit in my face, or flee for my life. And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive
Yep,
you.
there is the
and
Rasputin.
I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a thaumaturge, and I'll hear what you have to say.
Accept, no
What
choice.
would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I would use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
Time-worn prayer beads with 30 woolen knots. The zeal gushing from the beads impregnates the wool better than the tallow from the owner's strong fingers. The object pulses with a mixture of blue rapture, purple passion, and graphite fierceness. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Rasputin has a magnetic zeal and passion. He is a man with an attractive personality, strong and fierce, who is easy to follow. One just has to be careful not to get burned by the flame of his ardor. Let's examine the object.
Have you figured anything out yet?
I'll return to you in a moment.
I can hardly wait.
So, observations are information that you acquire by interacting with people and items. Observations make up conclusions, a valuable source of knowledge in the world about the world and the events that can help you in the different situations. Thaumaturge possesses perception, which allows them to read other people's emotions, actions, words, and thoughts left on items. In order to recognize them, you must develop the heart, deed, word, and mind dimensions sufficiently. On some items, you will find trace of someone's personality. It takes one of 3 forms. Unknown, you see it for the first time. Familiar, you have seen it before, but you are not certain who it belongs to. Certain, you know exactly who left it. And traces are traces are only revealed once you pass the test of perception on the item.
Let's take a look around.
Okay. So, middle of the room. culminating on
I would
that
have thought there were
object.
such layers of passion
A
within
prayer book. An ornate prayer book containing prayers for the Russian Orthodox Rite. It vibrates with a languishing moan of delight, a touch of silk, the scent of courtly powder, but that which is soft and warm is also pierced by the thorns of impending separation and longing. Certain trace Rasputin. Who would have thought that this priest had such passion? Surprisingly, the mask of a healer conceals an outstanding lover, irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Perhaps this is one of his healing methods. Potential device for voluntary self-mortification of the body. Jesus. Dirty ball, trace unknown. Tell Rasputin what we found.
What have you learned, wizard?
Well, you're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend. Have a seat. Tell me again, why were you looking for me?
Let's not pry.
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild salutor, and that ended with me losing contact with my first salutor. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that my Uber is there.
Uber.
Sometimes he shows himself, but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day. If it disappears, my mind, I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
I don't know if I can help you.
Proud answer. It not only draws from your floor of prize level, but it also feeds on it even more.
I've got money, if that's what matters.
Give it to the needy. Your riches mean nothing to me.
Didn't think it would.
I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my voice. You are safe. As long as you can hear my voice, you are safe. Let me gaze into your mind. Let me see through your eyes. Let me...
Where am I? Rasputin. There's no one in here.
There's certainly something around here somewhere.
I need to get out of here. What is this sound? Shackles?
I don't hear shackles.
You
blind.
Dad.
You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious. Can you still not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind. Do you hear me? Do you? Do you?
I can see, Father. Clearly.
Can you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
Where's Rasputin?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yes, absolutely.
He looks better.
I wanted to sweep.
I'm just heading out. It's so good to see you again. And something else. I saw it clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutor, unbound by a pact. A wild one. And if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was praying.
I wanted to sweep.
Okay, so we've got thaumaturgy points. Gives a 60% chance of dealing double damage. Nice. Okay, and that's so we got 2 points. Reduces focus by an additional 1 point if the enemy is suffering in the suffering state. %50 chance of interrupting the enemy's planned action. Yes, we'll take that. Thank you. Restores your focus. Let's go for the double damage. Okay, time to leave, I guess. Quests have multiple objectives. Freely switch from the one you'd like to track. Yeah, let's do this one first.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
Coachman doesn't want to take me to the cemetery. If I use my power, I should be able to change his attitude.
I'll be right back.
Using thaumaturgy, you can manipulate other people. First, you must know a person's secrets, which you can learn by making conclusions. If the manipulation is available, the character interaction icon will change, and the upir will appear next to the character. Okay. The shovel still showed traces of mud and ice. The coachman had to free the wagon's wheels from the soft soil that engulfed them. There's something else. The coachman used the rag to wipe the sweat from his forehead. The rag reeked with sour odour of fatigue. Intensely the wells from the soft soil made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire, and no one would help. Such was his job, such was his fate. Draw a conclusion. The coachman is tired and weary. He's worked hard unloading the wagon alone, and all he dreams of at this moment is rest. I can relieve this suffering. Okay. But first, I want to see...
What do we have here?
They'll go gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
I have to say that I did read in the reviews I saw, because I wanted to have a look at what other people thought of the game first, and they did say that it did start slow, but for some reason they couldn't not play, and actually I can understand why. I'm very intrigued by this game. So a bruised crimson apple, Vesna was trembling, dropped a fruit basket and left this orphan behind. Vesna has left her distinct trace on the fruit. It consists of heart fluttering and panic in a throat painfully clenched. A bite of this apple would taste of pure fear.
Thaumaturgy never fails me.
Someone strangled the goose. From the goose's twisted neck flows the anger and passion of the person who slaughtered the poor bird. The wave of emotions carries no desire for meat or feathers, only the sour taste of envy and desire for all of the Bogdan's properties to go to hell. Salt on the doorstep protects from unwanted visitors and other misfortunes.
Am I sensing?
A hand-carved and elaborately painted wooden box. Trace unknown. The box is marked with words of love, sweet as kisses. The names of Vesna and Luca intertwine. Cuddly and tenderly against the wood, against the delicate carvings, trying to protect them from the deep damp and rain, from all the evil the world carries with it. She lost someone. Broken ceramic trembles with anger and frustration. The quarrel erupted suddenly, spewing out bile of mutual complaints and grievances, its sweet and pungent taste stupefied. Compelled screaming, finger pointing and hurting, the frenzy lasted until all involved were out of breath. Damaged axe shaft. Impetuous person. Although it's already become mouldy from the disuse, it carries the memory of the spirit of the one who wielded it, a loner by choice, with a disposition as tart as juniper berries. The shaft is overgrown with thorns of bitter words, but there are others, warm, delicate, and rose petals. They betray a love for someone who's not afraid of thorns, a love that is difficult but not accepting of violence. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. They argue violently, loudly, until they are out of breath, but they persist together despite everything.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help. Help! Help! Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Really? Oh, you can adjust the upgrades. Each skill can be upgraded. Place the upgrade in designated spots. So, we'll do that in the quick attacks, and we'll do that in the planned attacks. 36 and 33? Jesus. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we'll quick attack him. That gets rid of his... and knocks him out. Yeah, give him a good whacking. It's fine, we'll take our licks. Select the diversion skill. Holy crap. Did knock his focus out though. He's only damaging for 3 anyway, so you know, no biggie.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
Let's try this again.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please, please. Please, please.
over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much. And he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
The dead goose lies between the quarreling peasants, the obvious bone of contention here. If the wise woman is to settle the dispute, she'd better do it quickly. It will come to fisticuffs in a moment. It seems that the neighbours quarrelled over a goose strangled in the act of revenge, a classic of this genre. Make him calm down.
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of the wise woman?
Well, all in all, I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
Unfinished letter. My dear son, my heart is crying. I've learned that you write about me like this. You renounce your legacy, your land, and your blood. I never said a word to you when you refused to farm, nor with us, nor when you went to Tiflis to study. And now you're calling us stupid, backward? You repeat after the rector of yours, Sudeki, that Georgian is the language of dogs, and you want to write me only in Russian? Georgia flows in your blood. She is the salt of your tears and the glue in your bones. They say that every nation has its demons. Its phantoms, ghosts, and nightmares were created to make naughty children behave. But I've gone halfway around the world preaching the word of God and learned the truth. These demons, fiends, and devils cursed by God are real, and they are everywhere. In distant Armenia, people who whisper the name of Bukovac, or Vach, Bukovac. A cruel beast whose presence brings wrath and commands people to inflict violence on their neighbours. A fairy tale, you say, but I have seen Bukovac here in Pyatigorsk. I heard the rattle of the chains and felt his anger fangs digging into my neck and tugging every fibre in my soul. This is the beast we're after. And I felt the fury of that this wraith brings with it, the anger from which there is no escape.
The villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Okay, there's clearly things we need to find. Who are you? Shame we can't talk to him again. doesn't give you an awful lot of direction, this game. I know it doesn't want to be hand-holdy and all that sort of stuff, but... Can't do that yet either. And... maybe it's other choices that we could have, should have made, I guess. But I don't want to accuse the woman of outright, you know, taking a piss out of the villagers, do you know what I mean? Let's go back to the bar, see what we can find there, I guess. I do like the sort of investigative thing. Okay. I guess let's go back and accuse her, screw it. There's literally nothing else in the town.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
Pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you can ask that charlatan with fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real too.
Is this spirit you're talking about, not a person?
I heard it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes. Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts. We here call it a Bukovac.
Bukovac, I was
Other
right.
places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people and turns their weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
I wonder if we go... I'm going to try knocking on this woman's door one last time, and then we'll go to the cemetery, and then we'll probably come back.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please. Please.
Yeah, okay. We're going to the cemetery. Screw this. There's something we just haven't got, and there isn't anything here, and so I'm thinking let's just carry on our merry way, I guess.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, you are.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
so that's the edge. That's the edge, we're not going that way either.
Something is off.
Elder Vasily died only a year ago and his tombstone has clearly been damaged. Ooh. I wonder if that's her husband.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I see him. My Uper. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in the cemetery.
Time and the place, mate.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yaviets.
They might be right.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Wiktor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Okay, draw a conclusion. Peaceful and happy village? Not quite. The villagers are riled up and at one point are at the point of breaking, laying the blame for their troubles and the actions of the Book of Rats. They're trying to defend themselves against the dark forces with folk methods, salting floorboards. Okay, so it seems, at least in this part of the game, if there is a part of a conversation that you cannot have, and there's multiple parts to a quest, finishing the other parts of the quest may give you the answers that you need.
The smell of mystery.
The destroyed doorframe, by some miracle, survived the fire. The thick lines of wood grain are visible in the frame. They arrange themselves into wars, carved sharply as if by a chisel. They scream about the attempt to break down the door, about the hinges finally letting go. They scream into a space that doesn't respond. Fear has embedded itself deep in the fabric of the doorframe, fear of the flames, and the trepidations about losing a loved one. And trace familiar, impetuous person. So we've had that trace before.
A horrible death.
A dried bloodstain soaked deep in the burned boards. The blood sounds like suffering. It flowed quickly. The wound inflicted with the scissors wasn't large, but it was accurate. Life left the body, the heart went into spasm, and the mind recognized the end. It lasted for some time, and then the flames came, and the pain resounded anew. So the wise woman or the Or the woman that dropped the apples, I wonder.
True fear.
Vesna, charred ragdoll. The doll is caked with hard crust fear. Its layers are like the varnish of an age-old painting. A child's fear, a girl's terror, a young woman's dread. They form a cocoon smelling of turpentine that constricts the throat and forces tears to the eyes. They're not pulling any punches in this game, I think.
I felt something. Where is it? You will be mine, secret.
Trouser belt with a heavy metal buckle. There you go.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime. That murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her. She ought to know more about what happened here.
Vesna smells of fear. Her nerves are badly strained. Her heart is trembling. Her fingers are stiff with anxiety. And her mind wanders, lost in the wilderness of fear. I may be able to find her home and discover what's behind her jittery condition.
Wiktor!
Hi, mate.
I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
You lot again.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
Proud answer not only draws from your Fulor's pride level, but will also feed into it even more.
I do exactly the same to all of you.
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
But not counting the priest. He's still low.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Reduces the focus by 1 additional point. Okay, that's... Upgrades. No, we want that. There. Gamble there. I'll do. I'm glad it allows you to do that before you start the fight. That's quite cool. Okay, let's get a quick attack in there. And we'll do that on him. Ow. Ow. Okay. Restores your health points by 7, which is half what you've lost. Okay. Got him. He's got a bloody knife too. Yep, got him as well. 9. Ouchie. Yeah, and he's gonna go down. What? Kill him. Okay, he dies anyway. Good. Woo! 12. Son of a bitch. Okay. Whack him. And do that to him. Okay, we can't get hit anymore by him. Got him. Hi JP, how you doing, mate? We're in a fight with fewer 6 rounds. Oof.
These salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Yes.
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're alright, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit someone in the village who can tell me more about what happened here.
Okay, that was actually quite cool. I quite enjoyed that. Very tactical.
Trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at Vasily's burned out farmstead. Lucas sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about
that. Yeah, he's a ghost of many words, clearly.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite
I had you at Thaumaturge. Yeah, I had me at Thaumaturge too, actually.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
He'd better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative and polite as I am.
So it's clear that it's not the first time Vesna has threatened someone with our husband. Luca may not have the best reputation in the village. Residents see Luca as a sullen churl and recluse. However, he seems to have a soft spot. Luca was at Vasily's house on the night the murder took place.
I know you're scared, but please, just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
What do you want?
Please, don't be afraid. I just need to know where I can find your husband.
He's chopping wood in the clearing by the forest.
Should have given her the bloody doll. I didn't realise that was the end of it then. Go to the forest clearing. Gotta talk to this poor bugger again.
Again.
This time, it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
Almost finished. I know who's attracting the Bukavach.
Can you
Morn from DS9.
It's Luca.
Never hears him speak, but knows exactly what is. Yeah, apparently he's a right chatterbox. Yeah. Also a prince.
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Did you hear? We're going to see Luca Bogosian.
Let's have a look around for stuff first. Ah, bollocks. Oh man, I haven't had time
I'm
to...
not here to fight.
Luca!
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
Why did you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who brought the salutor here. The spirit that you all say arrived in the village after Vasily's death. The salutor is what's making fear consume you all and making you hot-headed. And it's because of your flaw, which has been within you since the murder took place.
A murder might just be about to take place.
Cut off his head.
What?
Tear off his head before he opens his mouth again.
Unless you're the one that killed him.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
Here you are, Luca. Vesna's flaws and yours.
We'll go for story. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, there's not an awful lot about Star Trek I don't know, JP. Honest truth. Combat is easier. I do want a challenge. Yeah, go on then. Go hard or go home. Oh, fuck me. To defeat a wild saboteur, you must rid the shadow that protects him. Vanquishing the shadows will weaken him, but the weaker he is, the more fiercely he will fight back. The bar tells you whenever your wild saboteur sends more enemies against you. We don't have any points, do we? No. Okay. One. Cause you to enter a suffering state. States can have a benign and potentially deadly effect. Okay. Negative states. Perfect. Or the Cthulhu in the background. I know. This looks great, doesn't it? Okay, let's see if we can knock that off him. Dead as well. And he's down. Oh, crumbs. Got it. Splat. You don't like the detective part, but you love everything else. Nice. I do like the combat. That should be enough. You are mine, Bukovac.
blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see.
Funny, I actually really like the detective part. Taming a salutor. You defeat Bukovac, the D-dimension salutor, but you cannot tame him on your own. Rasputin comes to your help. The untamed salutor won't obey your orders, stops you from developing and weakens your perception. Fortunately, Rasputin soothes his anger. You achieve the unachievable. And actually the fight was really good too. I'm glad I chose the slightly harder.
How do you feel? Are you alright?
Well, I don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
No way.
And you, why are you just standing there? Are you just letting them do this? Fine, I'll handle it myself. I did it before, and I can do it now.
What have you done? No, you don't need to see this.
No way. Prevent him from making rash
Nothing has
decisions.
to be decided at the moment. Certainly not things that can't be undone.
Well, exactly. Beat it, you scoundrels. There's enough blood in this village already.
Sharing a village with murderers?
You were the first to spill blood!
It's not the same. If that's the case, you're banished from the village. Get out of here! We'll burn away the impurity you left in our village. Phew.
Rah rah, Rasputin. Dee 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 dee. Okay. Oh man, I didn't get to finish my chat with the wise woman. Shame. Do you happen to know when the train arrives? No.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know when the train arrives? The postmaster said it's usually no more than an hour late, so it should be here any moment. I got a tougher question for you.
Pardon?
Will this train get me close to Albuquerque?
No.
I'm afraid that's an ocean away, and even to the ocean you've got a ways to go.
Thank you. Ever since I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, I can't get my bearings. Things I've seen, sir. Places I've been. I just can't get to Albuquerque.
So said Donald Duck and sorry, Donald Duck. So did Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny. I feel unfinished business in this town. I'll be honest.
I wanted to send 2 telegrams, one to Warsaw and one to Paris.
Mr. Szulski, I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father. Do you still want to send something?
Yeah, Bugs Bunny. I just couldn't. You know when the name just slips.
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukovac, it troubled me. I don't think my treatments are having a long-lasting effect. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right?
I've just heard that my father is dead.
My condolences.
Thank you.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he came to say goodbye. Maybe it was his last chance to speak to you. A prophecy.
I hope not.
What do you intend to do now?
Gotta go to Warsaw. That's where we end up anyway.
I have to bury my father in Warsaw.
Hmm.
What about you?
Thanks to you, I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Wiktor, have you ever seen a human skull cracked open on the cobblestones?
I haven't.
I have. The skull of Franz Ferdinand himself, with his brain spilling out onto the sidewalk. I also saw the white steps in Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect.
Oh, we've got Rasputin as a travelling buddy. Awesome. Cthulhu isn't bad, just misunderstood. Yeah, he's just lonely there in the cosmos, eating universes. And there we go. I have to admit, I understand the bits and pieces that people were saying. You know, it did start fairly slow, and yes, there are a lot of walking around and investigating things, and sometimes that can be a real time sink in a ball ache. But the story is great, the setting is great, the combat is surprisingly satisfying. The sound is not too bad. The music is good for its setting. The graphics, on the other hand, it feels like an older game. Do you know what I mean? It feels like I'm playing a game that was made about 5 years ago. But 11-bit studios, you know, they're not known for their massive, you know, AAA games. I think they did This War Is Mine, which was a great game. So I have a lot of love for 11-bit studios.
Warsaw! Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up.
Tickets, please.
Clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the funeral bringing you back, you hadn't thought of ever returning here?
I definitely didn't expect I'd be coming to my father's funeral so early.
I've noticed you two had certain differences in your views on life.
Yes, especially on my life. But admittedly, that's not a very exciting discovery. Is that all you've learned about me?
Yeah, everyone needs a hobby.
You drool in your sleep. Anything in there about Warsaw?
Yeah, brief overview.
Workers are striking. They want to take advantage of the Tsar's visit to Warsaw. The protests are being violently suppressed. Last week, around a dozen people were killed. Polish Socialist Party militants attacked a train. They stole money, bonds, and explosive materials. They're also suspected of robbing a transport of Dutch pomade. The socialists in Warsaw must look pretty sharp then. Further along, we've got murders, muggings, and poverty.
The newspapers feed on sensation. Remember that in darkness, even a small spark can be seen clearly. Even I can feel hope from all the people riding with us, can't you?
Tell them what you sent in the passengers on your journey.
Even without my powers, I can tell that hope is bringing people here from all three petitions. Miners, steelworkers, governesses, maids, speculators, thieves. I've gotten to read a few of our fellow passengers' possessions, and I know that hope can have many faces.
Will you share that knowledge with me?
Sure.
There's a terrified woman riding with us. She's either running away or in hiding. I think that gentleman is smuggling something, because excitement is all mixed up with guilt inside him. And this dandy, he's going whoring.
If there's something I've learned in life, Wiktor, it's never to neglect the horse.
Warsaw, end of the line. Welcome to Warsaw.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
You literally have a massive mansion. Mind you, it's not actually your house. Okay. So I'm trying to find a good place to stop here. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. I think that's okay for a nice first episode. Okay. Chapter 1. September 7th, 1905. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. JP, Suffixus, Howie, appreciate it. And everybody else that watched. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I would very much appreciate it. And please do let me know in the comments below what you thought. I would love to know what your thoughts and feelings are in this on this game. And if the likes and the views are high enough, I'll continue. So that's it for now. Ah, so it does save. Perfect. That's it. My name is Commander Kraise, signing off.